worship for giving me that priority. I suppose I'm always been praying the age matter. When I go to the prayer, they look at me and say, "You are the oldest person here, therefore, over to you." I think these are fantastic points that have been raised by all the three speakers. In reading the constitutional provision, you see that they said it's held by the president in trust. And I think this is a concept Ghanaians do not seem to understand. They think the president is all powerful. Therefore, he can do everything. I said, no, he is not. He is not the embodiment of all knowledge. He is a human being with limited education, with limited experience, limited exposure. It's only politically we need someone to hold the position. That's why we elect. And this is something that I want to drum home to the Ghanaians. That it has become the danger which is eating all of us. Now, in other countries and fora, you find out that they have something they call public hearing, where important national issues, a forum is provided, whereby the things are debated, people with knowledge that we are doing now are called upon to speak. The public is allowed, no matter how small the person may be, is permitted to question them and also to speak about them. In Ghana, we don't have it. When something happens, it is a political party. And I keep telling them, I say, who told you that your party has all the knowledge? Who told you? And I always start this every adage, which says that knowledge is like the baobab. You can never fully embrace it. And I think I told you that the baobab is called Adido, and I Adidome, and I happen to be born at Adidome. So I have the concept of what this means. Indeed, I remember I was speaking at Rotary International, where we were training governors. And when I was speaking on this matter, the knowledge, someone was so clever. He actually projected the image of the baobab. And they were all shocked. So they came and asked me, how did you arrange it? I said, I didn't arrange it. That man was so clever that he knew I was going to speak at the baobab. So he had the drawing of the baobab. I said, the baobab is so large, you can never fully embrace it. And so it is important whether you have PhD or triple PhD. When you go to a place, don't assume that you know everything. Sometimes I'm very crude, because sometimes when the person is trying to show up, I ask him, I say, what is the topic of your PhD dissertation? That is to tell you that the dissertation, you will have no connection at all with the issue we are discussing. So don't come here and start pretending that you don't know. So we have a serious national problem, which is the fact that all what we've been talking about now, I've been looking at this over the years. And you raise it. I even remember that when I was in Parliament in 69 to 72, I was there with Dr. Gama. In fact, he and Dr. Samuel, they call it the triplets. And then the World Bank advisor came here. And when he met Dr. Gama, the man was shivering. He said, this is the man who supervised my dissertation. So why am I asked to come and advise when he is here? And this is something that I have to keep repeating. I said, there are Ghanaians with knowledge. We do not tap it. Because as soon as you open your mouth, they say you are NDC, you are MPP, you are CPP. I say, what is the relevance? Does it make the person cease to be a Ghanaian? No. The country is for all of us. Political party is a question of convenience. I have watched over the years. I've seen Nkrumah, and I've seen these people who were with Nkrumah in the CPP. I worked with some of them. That changed, and they keep changing and changing. And I see people change from one party to another one. When they say what they are doing is not good, they move. So nobody is born with a party level. So if we begin to appreciate now that the world we have, because if you like, all of you should take the trouble to study the Middle East, because we're talking about Dubai, not so. It's not just Dubai. go to each of those emirates and you will be shocked to see what they have done there in the desert. In the desert. All they had was sand. Nothing more than that. No, it was the sand that they were digging where they went and found the oil. That was what it will happen. The foreigners came and exploited them, and then they took a position and said, hey, this thing belongs to us. No longer. Now it is ours. So they control the world. Why did you think Trump is playing games with them there? Because they have plenty of money, more than America has. They know it. So he's trying to be nice to them so that they can get some of that wealth. So we are sitting on wealth. And we are hungry. Eh? We are hungry. Our people are sick. The hospital are not equipped. The roads are in a mess, I can tell you. You can't travel. I cannot travel to Kumasi by road. I've stopped. Because I know I'll go and die on the road. So I'd rather fly and die in the air. So my conclusion is simply to all of you is to say that there is so much work that we need to do. We need to provide, and we should insist upon it, that the political parties should always have open forum whereby national issues should be discussed. I even told Parliament that I have been there before, that don't make a mistake of saying that because you are a parliamentarian, you know everything. So everything goes like an enclosed house where you sit in your committees and then you think that's the end of the matter. I said, no, it doesn't work that way at all. You need to get in touch with the public. There is so much that they know. There's so much what is wrong that they appreciate, and they can equip you. Then we can work upon it. Because the way we are going about it, we send people to go abroad to go and sign contracts. Do you know what happens? They go there to give you first-class accommodation, which they knew that person will never have. And sometimes they give you a paramour to keep you the night. When the confusion arose about the Chief Justice going in with the husband, that they will make you fall, I said, you are all stupid. Because you don't seem to understand it. That's a safety valve. To make sure that she is not alone. I say, I have served on Rotary International Board, highest level. And as trustee, I was actually the vice chair of all the trustees of the Rotary Foundation. It's part of the rule. You go with your spouse. You go with your spouse. There is no temptation. You don't go and then you come and find a woman in your bed or a man in your bed. That is to prevent it. So that safety valve was put there to protect the Chief Justice. And you are making part, they say she went and spent so much when I say you're stupid. You don't understand it. So please, let's just relook at our country. I think this foray is so important. And it's a good thing my friend Professor Maikwe is doing. We should encourage it. But I'm also saying that we should even expand it. So we should have a bigger hall, a larger forum, and have more and more of these discussions and allow people to air their views and express themselves. Because we can't go on like this. We can't go on like this. The mineral wealth of Ghana belongs to what? Ghana, the Republic, that's what it says. They didn't say it belongs to Takwa people or the Ubahene. No, it belongs to Ghana. And it's exploited for the benefit of the people. That the trustee should be understood, the term trustee should be understood in its proper context. As a trustee, you have the responsibility to answer to the people. Continuously support them, ask them what they needed, and to provide for them. It's not for the president to be taking decisions. But you know what was the problem? It's because we create so many institutions. Sometimes when I look at it, I'm so shocked. You know, I was on the Council of State, where we had to approve appointment to boards and so on. And I look at them and I say, how do they continue to create these institutions? Sometimes you find one institution, then it divided into 3 or 4 or 5. And then, who do you think are the people who get on those boards? Party supporters. Not people with intellect. No. It is party supporters. They sit on it, in those boards. And you don't know what they do. But they are there for 4 years. And if they are lucky, they may take an extra 4 as a tax. So, please, let us just relook at the governance process in the country. I think there's so much imperfection. The Constitution is only a framework. And I always insist that we have, because we try to be too, what do we call it? Too verbose. In the Constitution, we try to try to put everything in the Constitution. I say that's not the meaning of the Constitution. Constitution is only meant to be a framework for governance. That's all it is. The rest of the institutions should be created for a purpose. And those who hold those positions are holding them in trust. They are answerable to the people. So there should be continuous check, a cross-check upon what they do and how they use this authority and power. We cannot go on to be poor. So I will vote for the motion that says that no more what? I am. Thank you.